Yo, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Lycan Studios. So today's video is actually going to be a little bit different, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So as most of you guys know, I am currently reading the books. I just finished book number 1 and I'm working on number 2. So that kind of means that I'm not really too familiar with the lore and stuff yet. I'm still working on learning about all these prophecies and just kind of the lore and the history behind Game of Thrones and Westeros. Up until this point, pretty much all of my theories have been based on my knowledge from the show. So today we're actually going to be trying to kind of dive a little bit deeper and maybe talk about a possible outcome for the show based on the book. I found this post on Reddit, so definitely be sure to check the description below. I will link you guys to it. It's from blastingnews.com, and it seems like they kind of do a lot of their stuff off of Bridge4, who is another YouTuber which you guys should check out. But real quick, before we get into the video, I just wanted to give the video shout out. So today's shout out is going to be Johnny Skins Philly. He's been commenting on all of my videos pretty much since the start, always leaving a like and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate it, bro. It means a lot. So I'm actually recording this video right now at 8 o'clock for tomorrow. We're going to probably be uploading around 2:30, maybe 1:30. I'm not too sure yet. But anyways, we have already hit the goal that I set for yesterday's video when you're watching this. I asked for 150 likes and we just hit 165. That is absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say to you guys. It's just amazing. For this video, I would like to shoot for 175. We're just going to keep upping it until we kind of plateau out. I know a couple people have definitely been saying that I shouldn't be asking for likes, but I've also gotten a lot of responses from other people saying that it's cool because a lot of times they forget. So I'm asking for likes, whether you want me to or not. But anyways, let's jump into the video. I probably will have the text on the screen so you can read ahead or follow along, whatever you want to do. But anyways, let's get into it. Alright, so this says that the Night King's backstory will be a huge plot point of Game of Thrones Season 8. His true identity might just as well be the final twist of the series. After all, the showrunners already confirmed the 3 twists that came straight out of George R.R. Martin's pen. First, we had Shireen's death, then an equally devastating Hodor reveal. So given the fact that Game of Thrones is filled with heartbreaking moments like these, it's extremely hard to pinpoint what the final twist will be. And in our opinion, it's going to involve the Night King. So let's find out how this might play out. The Night King's name sounds familiar. Now the real question is how George R.R. Martin's final twist could involve the Night King, a character who doesn't even appear in the books. The answer is, however, simple. Just because we haven't heard about the White Walker leader in the books, that doesn't mean that we won't. There is also a certain figure from the Age of Heroes whose name is strikingly similar to that of the Night King. We are, of course, talking about the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, who became the Night's King after he fell in love with a female White Walker. It is our belief that the White Walker leader we see in Game of Thrones is this legendary figure. But before we delve into that, let's go through everything that happened during the Long Night, because only then we will be able to explain who the show's Night King really is. The subtle detail in Game of Thrones Season 7. So Season 7 featured an immensely important scene in which Jon Snow showed Daenerys Targaryen the ancient carvings in the Dragonglass Cave on the island of Dragonstone. We're going to play that clip right now.
Together, against their common enemy. Despite their differences, despite their suspicions. Together. We need to do the same if we're gonna survive.
It was here that we learned that the First Men and the Children of the Forest fought together against their common enemy, the White Walkers. There was, however, something strange in a way the White Walkers were depicted. We saw 3 figures with blue eyes, with one of them wearing the Night King's crown. But here's the thing. The White Walker has a goatee, and he looks nothing like the Night King we see in the show. This subtle detail casts a new shadow on the Westerosi legend of the Long Night and the Night King's identity. So here is what we think happened during the first Long Night, the Azor Ahai connection. According to the Long Night legend, Azor Ahai called out his wife Nissa Nissa, and then he drove a sword into her chest to forge the Lightbringer. It is our belief that this was where Nissa Nissa was actually turned into the White Walker. That allowed Azor Ahai to finally forge the magical sword that he later used to kill the first Night King, the one with the goatee. Then Nissa Nissa and the rest of the White Walkers were banished into the lands of Always Winter, and the wall was raised to prevent any future invasions. This theory states that after several years, Azor Ahai joined the Night's Watch to be in the first line of battle should the enemy dare to attack again. And it wasn't long until he was elected the 13th Lord Commander. Azor Ahai fought bravely whatever was left of the White Walker army until one day he spotted a woman with a pale white skin as cold as ice and eyes like blue stars on the other side of the wall. Nissa Nissa is the Night's Queen. According to our theory, this strange woman was none other than Nissa Nissa in her White Walker form. And given the fact that Azor Ahai was still madly in love with his wife, he couldn't resist her even though she was no longer herself. They made love, and this was where he realized that he wants to be with her again, no matter the cost. That's why he was turned into the new Night King. He would then rule the Wall alongside his queen for 13 years from the Night Fort, the biggest Night's Watch castle, and together they were making constant sacrifices to the White Walkers. Then the king in the north and the king beyond the wall joined their forces, banished the Night King to the lands of Always Winter, and captured his queen. She has been kept inside the crypts of Winterfell ever since, protected by the dead kings of Winter. So now, thousands of years later, the Night King is out for revenge with his great army, and he is headed towards Winterfell to defeat the Starks and free his beloved queen from the crypts so they can be together once again. It is our belief that the Night King's backstory will be explored in a flashback right before Jon Snow kills him with the new Lightbringer. Jon will forge his new magical sword by stabbing Daenerys in the chest, thus turning her into the White Walker. That's how the story will come full circle in a true George R.R. Martin fashion. And only then will we be able to realize that the villain is just the hero of the other side. Holy cow. That's about all I can really say. Like I said, I don't really know too much about like the history and the lore of Westeros and the Game of Thrones. I'm definitely working on learning more and definitely getting into the books. But if you guys do like these types of videos, definitely let me know. I'm not too sure if my average viewer will really like get into it that much, but maybe we can all just learn together. Like I will kind of start like this series or something maybe where we just like start talking about lore and stuff and just learn about the history. We do have a year until the new season comes on. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know your opinions on it in the comments. I will love to just learn anything that I can. So any insight you can shed on this, definitely let me know. I'm going to do my own research, and maybe we'll kind of come back to this this theory here in a little bit, and I'll talk about it more in depth with what I've learned. But anyways, guys, this has been Lycan Studios. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.